Okay, all right. Hello, everyone. Hello. Look at my new sweater. Look at my new sweater, everybody. Oh, you can't hear me. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Let's see if this works. Can you hear me? Can you see me? I didn't check the sound or the video beforehand. I didn't check the sound of the video beforehand. I didn't. I didn't check the sound or the video. Welcome to Lewis Schaffer Uncooked. Hello, everyone. Hello, beautiful Claire. Hello, Dolly Bannister. Dolly, Daddy is in Laos, and you're coming in to listen to me, and it's so late at night there. Thank you for coming. Mark Therosian is here. Andrew Rubin is here. MC Scott is here. Lovely people coming in to listen to Lewis Schaffer. Warmellian, you can hear me? Can you see me? Is it loud enough? Am I loud enough? What's that song? By what's her name? What's the song? What is the song? What is the song? By Cher, am I strong enough? Is that the song? That's the song. What are the lyrics? Let's just look at the lyrics. Lyrics. Let's just say we just want the lyrics. Cher, strong enough. I don't need your sympathy. There's nothing you can say or do for me. I don't want a miracle. I don't want a miracle and never change for no one. You'll never change for no one. And I hear your reasons. Why? Where did you sleep last night? Was she worth it? You know what? Yeah. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to our program. That's Cher. Do you like Cher? Chartel is here. She's giving me a rose, and not giving me, but she's presenting a rose and a heart, and she's waving. Claire, I love your new jumper. You look even more handsome. Thank you very much for my new jumper. It's amazing. My new jumper. It's from people. Thank you for asking about it, Claire. Mr. Cuff is here. So there you go. We're like building up. We got 20 people. We're friends. You could be my friend. I'm not going to be your friend. I'm Lewis Schaffer. I'm not going to be, Lewis Schaffer from America. I'm not interested. Anyway, the point I want to make is that let's talk about this jumper, which is really nice. This jumper is really nice. It's Icelandic wool. Okay, maybe it's not wool from Iceland. And maybe it's not wool. I'm watching with my friend Matt. He's Jewish. And try to get him to subscribe. Don't try. If he wants to subscribe, he can. You know how the Jews can be. They're not going to support their own. He's going to say, well, he's not as Jewish as I am, or he's too Jewish than I am, or he's not the right amount of Jewish. Chartel, like 6. What is like 6? So this jumper, I found it was thrown out. It was thrown out over in Broccoli. I picked it up, and it's a very expensive brand. Anybody, much loved comedian and former GB News presenter, has sadly been found passed away overnight. It's thought he was choked on a champagne cork. Let's not mention that. Because it just reminds me that I'm not a perfect parent. That means my kid's screaming at me. He knows we're on TV. We knows that people are watching. Literally dozens of people are watching this. So, and then when I am found dead, they're going to accuse him of murdering me. He probably is not going to murder me. Okay, it's thought he choked on a champagne cork. There are no suspicious circumstances. Well, I would say there are. I'd say it was suspicious because there's a video of it, of the whole thing. So Maltese Phil is here. Hello, Maltese Phil. I'm the 6th like on the stream. Yes, it's a competition, and you're winning. And you look like a farmer, Lewis, relaxing in the front room after a long, hard day getting dirty in the fields. Yeah. Well, I had my hat and I sold my hat. I found a barber hat and I sold it for like £5. I mean, it had a tear in it. I mean, maybe it would make me look even more farmery. But this is actually an Italian brand. George, the Italian brand. I think that's the way I'm pronouncing it correctly. George, George. Yeah, George. You're the 12th like. John Van Dam is here. Yes, John Van Dam is here, and so is Alex. Basically, there's nobody that comes on. I mean, do you remember in the opening? Do you remember when I first started this thing and people would come on and accuse me of horrible things? I guess they realize I'm irrelevant now. Nobody comes on and baits me and heckles me. Thank you, Ohio Kermit. The sound is good, but it used my ear. It used to be that people would come in and heckle Lewis Schaffer. They don't do it anymore. Claire says to Warmelian, I would get dirty in a field with Lewis. I love hearing that. Keep on going with that. Keep on going. You look like a farmer, right, says Warmelian. We're having a cooking night with your Jewish friend. 300-gram ribeye steaks and two 200 fillets cooked in butter. Is that like a fillet steak? What is the fillet steak made of? While listening to this stream, well, you know what it is. It's not. I mean, I prefer uncooked, but you have to. I believe in frying it a little bit because I've been basically brainwashed on how dangerous meat is. But basically, Mark Therosian, I'm with you 100%. Meat is good. And ribeye steaks, you kind of have to cook them because they got the fat inside, and you need to warm up the fat in order to make it. Or do you? I don't know. Can you eat a ribeye steak without that? Man flu is the worst. Who's got the man flu? You know what? I'm going to go in the other room and get my eyeglasses. While I'm getting my eyeglasses, we got enough people here. Just take a moment. I'm going to step out. Go to Twitter. Let's see what that is. Go to Twitter. Also like and subscribe, please, if you can. There's no urgency for that. You can like and subscribe. Okay. All right. There we go. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. This makes it easier for me it makes it easier. I can read. That's a chunky knit, Lewis. You look like a fisherman's friend. Yes. Could be a fisherman's friend. This is George. Does anybody know that brand? I think it's an expensive brand. George. I missed a bit of the thread here. Yeah, Maltese Phil had a bit of the man flu yesterday. Sorry about that. I mean, the truth is, men have to have a really bad flu in order for women to take them seriously. They got to basically be dead. Otherwise, they're a bunch of losers. Women are horrible. They're horrible. That's why there's man flu. There's no women flu because a woman goes, I'm not feeling that well. But men, it's like they got to really be something. Remember Holly Hill, Alex? I do remember that. Yes, I remember Holly Hill. She was there in the beginning. We don't have anybody like that. Anybody who can like really bait and get me mad and attack me. I don't know. What did she attack? Or him? We don't know if she was a him or her. Who knows? Who knows what's going on the internet? But man flu is the worst, says Warmelian. We all hope you feel better, Maltese Phil. Women could never relate. No, that's why we've got to basically blow up what we have into something major. Because women don't take it seriously unless you lose a leg and they think you're a baby. You lose 2 legs and they think you're just moaning. George by Asda. Who is Asda? Asda? You mean the shop in this country? That's where it comes from, Kermit. You mean it's not Italian, George from Asda? Okay, maybe I didn't know that. In cancer research parlance, that's a gold standard jumper. It could be. I'm going to take it off so you can see the rest of my body. Guess how much I weigh today? Today is a good day for the weight. It's a good day for the weight. And I was like so optimistic. I actually went and did my life expect. Have you guys done your life expectancy thing? Life expectancy. Kermit says, you got to listen to Kermit. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That's all you got to do. You got to go over to the bottom there and you got to press the button. I'm going to do it myself. Am I strong enough? I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to press the like thing to 2. And how come there's only 2 people that likes it? I can't tell. Why isn't it updated more frequently? 17. Oh, that's brilliant. 25 people watching. It's Friday. It's a good day. So Carrie B is here. George at Asda. Is that where it comes from? I thought it was kind of an Italian-y name. I thought it was what does it mean? Maybe I should have washed it. Yeah, I should have. I did wash it. Of course I washed it. Should I have washed it? I don't believe in washing as much as I do believe in washing, but I shouldn't wash as much. George, you're they a street brand? Says Warmelian. If it's an Italian brand, it's good, Lewis. Yes, it's an Italian brand, but Asda, that's Italian. That's Italian. Asda. My kid's name is Asda. So let me put my glasses back on so I can read this thing. So I can read the thing. And I think what makes this stream good is you can play it faster, a little bit later. You can play it faster. You can play it at like 1.25 or 1.5 or even 2.0 if you've got a great brand. George is like Walmart brand clothes. Well, isn't Asda owned by Walmart? Wasn't it owned by Walmart? I don't know. Slim and stunning. Yes. I weigh 76. Are you following my weight, people? Pay attention to this. 76.6. I weigh myself every single day. Yesterday I weighed 77.2. And today I weigh 76 which is 168 British pounds. Girl from Mars is here. Shabbat Shalom, Andrew. Yes, I shouldn't be doing this, but this is not really like work. I should be going to temple. Lewis, have you traveled much around the USA, Rod Greenlaw? Why do you ask that question? Why do you ask? Is there any trouble in other states? Joodles is here. Where is Joodles? I don't see Joodles. Has Joodles said something? How do we know that Joodles is here? I didn't see her name. Did you type something you shouldn't have typed? Where is Joodles? Why are you saying, can I ask a personal question, people? Why are you saying hello to Joodles when I don't see anything that she's written here? Is there a way to find out if someone's on the stream? British Walmart clothes, Lewis. Well, it doesn't mean it's not good, but it's not, I mean, it's plastic. Whatever it is, polyester. It's fresh off an illegal immigrant's back. No, I don't think it is. Yeah, coming from Italy. That's Asda. George Davis wasn't next before. George Davis is innocent. That's a joke. And now I've got to find out who was George Davis, Carrie B. Who is George Davis? Okay, Lewis, says Fresh Coconut. Have you heard about the 21-year-old woman in Florida who posed as an underage teenager so she could form a relationship with male teens and sleep with them? If she was a male, people would be calling for the death penalty, which is legal in Florida. How old was she? Oh, she was 21, and she wanted to have sex with 17-year-olds. Yeah. I mean, I mean, First of all, women lie. They lie. Women are horrible. Be careful. I'm not in a good mood today. I'm not in a bad mood, but I'm not in a great mood. I ate right before the show, which I should not have done. Male people, yeah. Asda is now owned by Muslims. Is that true? Is that true? Okay, well, let them own stuff. Let them own stuff. There's enough of them, and there's enough of their money going around, and they're hardworking people. Okay? Asda's owned by Muslims. There we go. That's the news here. That's the news. Turn on all the messages. It is on. All the messages is. I've got live chat. It is live. I'm trying to see where you are. Turn on all the messages. What time? Can you tell me what did you get out of that traffic jam at 5:16? That's 2 minutes ago. I didn't see it. Okay, I'm going back. I'm on live chat. I'm seeing everything. I'm seeing everything, Joodles. Oh, you guys are talking about another live stream, Stephen Allen. You go be friends with Stephen Allen. You want to be disloyal to me, you be disloyal. So you were on the Stephen Allen show, that's what that is. Just wondering if you had done any live gigs out in the Wild West. I've been to different places, but not too many. Not too many places in the West. I've been to LA, but that's about it. And I've been to other states too. I've been to Oregon. I've been to Nevada. I've been to Texas. I've been to places. I've been, I think, to 40 of the 50 states, maybe 35. Okay. Judel says, he was dying to be traffic and travel for you. It was really good, worth a watch back. I don't know, what are you talking about here? What are you talking about here? Paul Yoward is here, and Paul is also having a ribeye. So that's what we should have right before the show today. I went for my walk. So trying to walk. I don't know how many steps I've done today. I'm going to guess I've done 7,000 steps. I'm going to guess I've done 7,000 steps. Today? No, it says only 5,000. Why is that? I thought I did 7,000. Anyway, it says 5,500. And I went and I bought some marked down beef in Tesco. Some Angus marked down beef. And I ate 200 grams of it. It was half cooked. Asda is owned by two Muslim brothers. Okay. Shalom Aleichem, Paulie. Lewis, in the 1970s, this is Carrie B. Thank you for answering my question, Carrie B. In the 1970s, George Davis is an innocent across southeast London. He was an armed robber. Okay. He was an armed. Was he? No one is ever innocent, but was he innocent? I only said hi, Lewis. You don't need to go back. Okay. Well, I say hi to you, Joodles. I say hi to you. Call him SNA. SNA, Stephen Allen, SNA. You are well traveled, Lewis. I've been to maybe 40 to 50 countries in the world, and I've been to 40 states. And am I a better person for going to those places? Am I more enjoyable to talk to or to listen to? Or, I mean, who knows? What do you think? Is travel important? My kids have been nowhere really, except with their mother. They went with their mother to France a few times. And I took them when they were young to Gran Canaria with their mother. Okay. Andrew's asking when Lewis did stand up in the Wild West, it was like a scene in the Blues Brothers at the Country and Western Club. I think the furthest west I've done stand up. I don't think I've ever been west. I went to Toronto, and that's further west than New York, but not much. Slightly further west. Walking is the best exercise besides horizontal jogging, says very funny Paul. Well, you know what I do? I pick up rubbish because I'm a great guy, and by picking up rubbish, by picking up rubbish, I bend down, and it's good for my body to bend down. So I'm a bit healthier now. I've been walking because I had a stick that picked up the rubbish, and then the stick broke. So either I'm going to buy a new stick, or I'm going to keep on just bending down and picking up stuff with my hands, and by dirty stuff with my clean hands. Ron Greenlaw says it's a past life. It's possible you weren't elixir salesman in a past life. Well, yeah, I've been on sales trips to different places in America. Atlanta, that's slightly west from New York. I've been to Wisconsin and Minnesota, but those places don't exist anymore. Minnesota. I should wear my Minnesota t-shirt, or I did before, but I had to change it because it was blue. You're always enjoyable to talk to, Lewis. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Travel narrows the mind. People feel justified in preconceptions, says Paul Yoward. Do you agree with that? I mean, that sounds very facile to say, Paul, but is it true? I've been to LA quite a few times. I lived in LA for a year back in 1983, maybe, or was it maybe 84? I've been to California. That's true. I've been to California. Did I do stand up? I did stand up at a show in California. I was expected to see a black screen with message saying Lewis has departed to Skidmore. What is Skidmore? What is Skidmore? Skidmore in America is a college. What is Skidmore here, Alfie Cap? Fun fact, snake oil is actually medicinal. Yeah, probably, possibly. Well, animal oil is medicinal. Well, it used to be Minnesota, and now it's like, how do you destroy an entire country? I don't know how the state is destroyed, or maybe just the city is destroyed. I don't know whether Trump will be able to kick them out. I think Americans, we don't like to, you don't like to kick people out. What are your thoughts about Qualhering Laurent passing away yesterday at the age of 38? He was a cricket player, and he was vaccinated against COVID. This type of death are becoming more and more frequent. Um, yeah, how do you feel about it? I don't know who Koala King Loramata is. I don't know. I don't know. Luckily, I've not been vaccinated, but I've had other vaccinations when I was a kid. I would not vaccinate my children, but the problem is that if you marry a woman today, she's going to want to get vaccinated because women, it's about safety and whatever. Carrie B says, Lewis, punk band Sham 69 saying George Davis is innocent. There you go. Well, Sham 69. What is the Sham song that Lewis Schaffer likes? Hold on. We're going to Google this. I feel like I'm in a mood to Google. Maybe I shouldn't have eaten anything. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. But let's see what it says. What is the Sham 69 song that comedian Lewis, this is a bit too pointed a question, Lewis Schaffer likes or liked? Hold on. Where is the question mark? There's the question mark. Does it say? It doesn't answer the question. It doesn't answer the question. And they're still playing Sham 69. That's amazing. That's amazing. Borstal Breakout could be that one. I mean, they were rebellious. Now we need laws right now. We need laws. Gonna be a Borstal Breakout, right? Isn't that the song? That's the song, Carrie B. Angels with Dirty Faces. I only learned, it says Carrie B. What is that? Is that one of the Sham 69 songs? I only learned who he was this morning, and sportsmen are usually relatively healthy people, yet many of them are dying sudden illnesses in their 30s. They can be healthy, but they also cannot be healthy. They're also pushing their bodies so extremely. Too much extremely, and that can cause problems. Snow was cleared in Oxfordshire by a big rain. Yeah, that's so sad. How much snow was there? Hersham Boys? I don't know what Hersham Boys is. Have you heard about the bird? Isn't that a Ramon song? Snow was no snow here in Wales, where I am, says Darklands. Yeah, it was no snow down here in London. Was there snow anyplace else? What about Eastbourne, Claire? Thanks, MC. I know of 3 places that had any. Glossop, Halifax, and Shrewsbury. That's it. They canceled trains for this nonsense. Yeah, they canceled trains. They're British people. You're rebellious. You don't like to work. Neither do I. I don't like to work either. Storm Goretti. What kind of name is Goretti? I was thinking about that today. I wrote that down. What kind of name is Goretti? It sounds like an Italian guy. Not even an Italian guy. Hersham Boys is a Sham 69 song. Well, I mean, I can't listen to it here. Should I listen to it here? Let me put my earphones on. If you can hear it, tell me, okay? I want to listen to it. Carrie B, and I love British 70s and 80s music. Hersham Boys. Let's see what it says about this. Okay, here we go. Hersham Boys. They're so good looking, these guys. Okay. Were you able to see that, people? Hold on, let me just turn this off. Were you able to see that? It does. I was thinking like Anarchy in the UK, but it was like 2 or 3 years later. He sounds like a cross between Johnny Rotten and Mick Jagger. He's way better looking than I thought he was going to be. They are not named after a fake pomo. I don't know what that is, or maybe it's sorry. You shouldn't be able to hear it. Were you able to hear it? I'm gonna be canceled. I'm gonna get a letter from them. Girl from Mars is here. I saw Sham 69 at the Punk Festival Rebellion, Blackpool. Great fun. They're still around. He looked great. The band looked great, and they were riding horses. What kind of working class English people ride horses? Are they working class, Sham 69? Let's find out what it says about Sham 69. Let's see what it says. It's a rock band. Wikipedia. Hersham. It's from Hersham. Yes, they changed their musical direction. They had to sing Sex Pistols, play live. They're one of the most successful punk bands in the United Kingdom. 5 top 20 singles. Hurry Up, Harry. The Kids Are All Right. They were on Top of the Pops, and they appeared in a rockumentary film, DOA. The original unit broke up in 1980 with frontman Jimmy Percy. There you go. Very interesting. Let's see what Jimmy Percy's all about. Oh, he looks horrible now. What did it say? His early life. His father was a plumber and a British soldier. His mother worked as a cinema usherette. Well, all women do, everybody works at something. Walton Hop. Yeah, attention seeking. Very, very interesting. Very, very. He's still around. How old is he? He's 71 years old. He's 2 years older than I am. So is the band still around? Are they producing any more music? They haven't done any music in a very long time. 1997. That's over 25 years ago. He's a bit of a drunk one. He lives in Chertsey. That's where the hospital is. He's a part-time artist. He's been known to sell paintings to raise funding for his Greyhound Sanctuary. Which is a what? What is a Greyhound Sanctuary? It's not a direct link. Oh wait, let me get back on track. What does it say? Claire says, I saw a Sham 69 on Hastings Pier and at the Forum in Kentish Town. Although I said the other day I once played pool with, where's that? I breached copyright. I mean, that's ridiculous. I'm against copyright. Or am I against copyright? There are many thousands of sudden cardiac deaths since the thing. One of my many ex-students, says Vatanai, took the jab so she could fly to South Africa. She died there suddenly. She was 23. Do not inject junk into your body. That's what COVID vaccine is. It's like Philadelphia cream cheese. It's junk. It's whatever it is. It's junk. News coverage of the weather is a cover for what's really going on. It's just a distraction, I think. Could be. It could be. Lewis, I'm a huge fan of XTC. Been to every XTC gig they played in London. Dun, dun, dun. What's that song? That's another song. The XTC song. And all the world is oyster shaped. Right? Isn't that a song? XTC songs. We're only making plans for Nigel. There you go. That's a song. Senses working overtime, right? Hey, there's a and all the world is football shaped. It's just for me to kick in space. XTC, we love XTC. Let me get back on track here. There are many, many thousands of cardiac deaths. Yes, says Vatanai. Kermit says, what happened to ushers at cinemas? I used to love having a woman show me to my seat with a tiny torch and strong-smelling perfume. I guess they don't have seat numbers anymore. You just go in and find a place and battle with somebody next to you. Racing greyhounds get dumped. A friend in Cardiff adopted them to give a retirement, says Paul Yoward. Well, Chinese Elvis adopted a very troubled dog, greyhound dog, a racing dog. I'm the same with the UK subs. Seen them play 14 times, says Claire. Yeah, so I'm skipped ahead, but that doesn't mean we can't go back in time. YouTube has what's known as the yellow triangle of death. I think you can get only about 3 before YouTube suspends your channel for copyright. Okay, well, if they suspend it, I'm going to take a break. I'll take a break. I'll do something else. Yes, Hersham would make a lot more sense. What is Hersham? Was it a night? Oh, his father was a plumber. They were working class, but they didn't live in the middle of the city. But they were working. Not that it means anything, but I think with punk, I think. I mean, English punk. You think of them as being working class people, right? Isn't that a criteria? I think it is. Yes, XTC are great, says Paul Yao. Never seen in concert, unfortunately. Nigel for 2029. What does that mean? What's going to happen with Nigel? Well, making plans for Nigel. People have always said that the weather forecasts were inaccurate, but it's probably the most accurate part of the news. But they're also lying because they're also saying the weather's gone up, 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 and up, and they've proven that in America that they've lied about the weather. They've lied about like this is the hottest year ever, you know, and then they eliminate some weather stations and add other weather stations just to get a slight tiny increase. We need it to be warm. Right now, the weather outside, we're here in Nunhead, reminds me of a miserable day in late November in New York. You know, in New York, if it was miserable in New York, not even miserable, you'd have a chance of a snowfall. You know, here it doesn't. I think it snows 4 days a year, according to Emma on the cruise podcast. People are dying. They've died of the vaccine. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you what to do, but I'm not taking any more vaccines. F them, F them, F them. F their vaccines. I think the site is called Sora, says Fresh Coconut, where you can create AI, which is, of course, copyright free. You can choose lyrics and everything. Have you ever thought of doing something like this as an info and exist to your videos? No, I haven't. I haven't thought. It sounds like work. If you guys want to make a video, I'm watching the Lewis Schaffer show, and this is what I heard, and this is what it's like. And a lot of people don't like it, but a lot of people do like it. And this is the 207th day in a row. I think we've missed one day of these. We've missed 4 days, but I'm not including that in that. So we started 211 days ago, I think. And this is 9th of January, 2026. Okay. Sad to have missed that. Okay. Sad to have missed XTC. My favorite is Bob Mould. Seen him a lot. Most of his fans are bald men my age. It's like agitated baked beans to see from the balcony. Yeah. I mean, I went to see Adam Ant. My friend Joel took me to Adam Ant. Adam Ant. I've got a fab photo of Jim Mole, Bob, who is Jim, a.k.a. Vic Reeves, on my piano with others singing at a party of mine. Those were the days, yeah. Those are the days. Those are the days when you're young and beautiful and people want to hang out with you. I'm not saying they don't. I want to hang out with you, Carrie B. If you guys would like to market my stream, why don't you put I'm being funny, but I'm being serious. Everyone's always telling you got to do this, you should do that. They're doing this. And that's helpful. It's not helpful to a lazy person like me. Thank you, Claire. Battle with Joodles and tell Joodles how wonderful I am. But, maybe you can market your own site and have the images of me, the Lewis Schaffer site. Whatever. I'm not saying you can do that. I don't know. I have to speak to my lawyer. Don't you mean Colin Moulding? Who is Colin Moulding? Vic Reeves' real name is Jim Moore. Is it Moore or Moore? Vic Reeves. That was like before my time. I came to this country 25 years ago. Vic Reeves was a big star beforehand. I bet he's not even. I bet he's the same age as I am. I'm gonna guess. How old is Vic Reeves? How old is Vic Reeves? He's 2 years younger than I am, but he's fat. Is he still fat? Let's look at him. I don't mean it in a mean way. I think he's and his wife. Oh, his wife is look at his wife. Look at his wife. This is the thing about women. Do they like a man like that? I mean the body language is kind of good. But maybe not. How old is Nancy Sorrell? Let's check this out. Are you looking at these? Hold on a second. Look, can you look at these pictures? Look at these pictures. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see the way she is? She's not leaning into him. She's not leaning in. She's not leaning in. She's like looking off, and she's a step away from him. Look at this picture here. Can you see this? He's leaning in, and she's not. She's quite pretty. What is her name? Her name is Nancy Sorrell. You know her. I never heard of her. Who is Nancy Sorrell? She's got a Wikipedia page. She's 51 years old. She's a model actress and a television presenter from Chigwell. They have 2 kids. Began her career as a model. She high street for M&S. Appeared as Greta in the movie Love Actually. She's like I guess she was almost a semi-favorite actress. They got married 22 years ago when she was in her 20s, I guess. The couple have twin girls, and then she didn't have any more. And then he's got two kids. The family live in Charing near Ashford. She performed live with Jeff Beck at Royal Albert Hall. Maybe they're not in love anymore. You know, that could cause a bit of controversy. What do you think about what I just said? I don't think Nancy was a model, says Claire. A model. Carrie B says a model. What first attracted you to millionaire Vic Reeves? Rod Greenhall asks. Yes, could be that. It could be that. I mean, he's not bad looking, but he's a bit fat. My creep radar is still working then, Carrie B. Are you saying he's a creep? Who? Joodles. Vic Reeves has always given me the creeps. Well, men can be creepy. I'm creepy. Nobody knows that about me except a few people. But I'm creepy. I want to be creepy. That's my dream in life, is just to be creepy. Just to do bad things. Bob, another Bob Mortimer, is hilarious and smart. Vic is clever and knowledgeable about art. So maybe that's what she liked about him. Stay with it. Carrie B says, you're creep raider. I mean, you don't want to call him a creep. That's a horrible thing to say. But it looks like she's not as in love with him as maybe she was when she married him. You could just tell by the body. The women who love men and men who love women, they lean in on each other. They lean in on each other. That sounds like a line Ali G would use, Rod Greenhall. What is the line? What it first attracted you to millionaire Vic Reeves. That's what's her name from Daniels and what's the woman's name? No, you don't give off creep vibes like he does. I don't. Well, I would like to. I want people to think that I'm dangerous. Yes. I mean, yes. You literally do nothing to... I'm pretty sure everyone knows about you, Lewis. You literally do nothing to hide it. Yeah, I mean, maybe I should do more to hide. Maybe I should do more to hide it. Then you'd think I'm really creepy. Joodles. Is that creepy? Not that doesn't look that creepy. Thanks, Carrie B. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just there. You can't get rid of creep bot. Mrs. Merton. Right. That's when Paul Yoward, Mrs. Merton asked, what's her name? Says when Debbie McGee was asked by Mrs. Merton. Whoever wrote that joke, let's just say she did. It was brilliant. So it gets to the point. It gets to the point. Now, men. I mean, I like rich women. I like rich women, but they got it's hard to get. You got to pretend you're not interested in their money. But ugly men, ugly men, know you're interested in them only for the money. Carrie B says, Lewis, he had a little fling with my sister. Nancy Storell is the spit of my sister. That's why you don't speak to her, because she's That's very interesting, Carrie B. That's so interesting. Yeah, well, we live in a very small world. Caroline O'Hearn was genuine and hot. Yeah, Rose loved her. She loved the women comedians back in the day. They were very funny. There were very few not funny women comedians back then, because in order to be a comedian back then, for a woman, you had to be properly funny. She was a genius, gone too soon, and then she died. Yeah. Got too soon. Hasn't he always, Claire? I couldn't watch Little Britain. What are you saying? I missed Claire's comment. Let me go back and see what Claire says. What did you say? I don't, that comment has not gotten on my live stream. What did you write, Claire? I don't. It's not here. Why are some of these things missing for some of the people? I don't know. I'd like to be pervy. I'm not saying he's pervy. He doesn't strike me as being pervy. He's a very successful guy. He's been in business with that other guy, Mortimer, all those years. How much money? He's made money. What am I doing here? I got to put my vacuum cleaner up on Facebook Marketplace. Lewis Schaffer, Facebook Marketplace. A birdie vacuum cleaner. Jules, totally agree. He's beyond creepy. Something more going on there. Who are you talking about? Me, or are you talking about what's his name? About Vic Reeves. Speaking of Sacha Baron Cohen, another talented Jew, the best thing he ever did was when he interviewed people as Ali G. His interview with newly elected 29-year-old MP Jacob Rees-Mogg is hilarious, as well as the interview with David and Victoria Beckham. Yes, they were really brilliant. And that movie that he made, Borat, was maybe the funniest movie I've ever seen in terms of laughter. It was it was too much. Too much. A great, great, great movie. I agree. No, we're not going to speak like this. We don't know this. And what do you mean by creepy? He hits on women? Well, that's what Lewis Schaffer does. That he sleeps with multiple women, as many as he can. That's what I would do if I could. I would do that. Does that make me creepy? So we can't say that. We can't say that about different people who are celebrities, because somebody points their finger. Okay, somebody points their finger at them. I agree, says Claire says. Okay, no, I don't want to go there. We were discussing how good Rosie Jones is on WhatsApp. Who is Rosie Jones again? Jimmy S. hit on sister, your sister-in-law, in a cafe near Glencoe in Scotland. What's wrong with hitting on girls? I hit on girls all the time. That doesn't make you creepy. But Jimmy Savile probably was creepy. But hitting on girls does not make you creepy. You are I'm name drop. Oh my God. Hold on a second. I just name dropped you. That's so funny. That is so funny. That's my friend Joel. That is so funny. There you go. But I've been name dropped. Anybody want to listen to this? Let's see what this is. Hold on. Just hang on for what? Hey, everybody, we've been on an hour. Let's like the stream. Let's subscribe to the stream. Let's think about maybe making a contribution to keep this going. Considering you buy Lewis Schaffer, you buy the stream a coffee. I'm trying to take myself out of it, but you buy the stream a coffee. The Adam Ferrara show. I'm name dropped on this. We'll have to watch this thing. Hold on a second. Paul Chowdhury. I don't know. He's lovely. He actually is really a nice guy. He is really a nice guy, and that's Joel. I'm gonna put this up here. I'm gonna put this here, and you can who to my stream. My stream. Let's go. Hold on a second. Where are we going to go here? Here we go. There you go. That's for my friend Joel. Going back in time. No, I mean, it's not nice to say this guy's creepy unless you know something and hitting on somebody. They're not saying anything about you. Okay. Let me just send my friend Joel a message. I will call you at 7 p.m. Okay. Okay, back on track. I've seen him a million times, Jacob Rees-Mogg. Would you creep on an insect? Yes, and I have. I mean, she's all right. You know, I mean, I'm not in favor. You know what? I don't know. Okay. Let's get back on track here. Let me go back. We're about 5 minutes behind. I agree. No. Okay, we're not going there. I think Lewis thinks women are being mean, saying, we just know some men. What do you mean by creepy? We can define what the word creepy means, Joodles. It's a sense maybe that men don't have, but maybe they don't need it like we do. You need it with every single man. There's no not creepy a man. The creepiest men are the least creepy. I believe that. Okay. Everyone knows somebody. Yes, everybody knows somebody, Kermit. We live in a small country. I think Lewis thinks women. Okay, Joodles. Okay, I read that to you. I don't speak to my sister because she stole a lot of money from me. Yeah, that'll turn you off. That'll turn you off. Yeah, I know. I know the feeling. That'll make you not like somebody, Carrie B. No, it's not that these men are slags, Lewis. It's something that undefinable that you will never understand. Well, try explaining it. Try explaining what it is. You've hit the nail on the head. Women need their raters. I agree with you. They need their raters, but they should be alert with every man. They're alert with me. If I go up to a girl and I flirt with her, I'm a heartbreaker. I broke girls' heart just when I was doing, what they wanted me to be. Oh, that's the song. That's the song. Men break women's hearts. We fall in love, and then we change our minds. And women do very similar things. We do very similar things. We have it, Jews. It doesn't affect us the same. We all had it about Savile. It said and I said it when he interviewed famous weatherman Fred Talbot back in the 90s. I know what you mean, Annunziata. She's an attractive woman. I found her very smart and very interesting. She probably didn't think that I was flirting with her, and I probably wasn't flirting. But I was thinking, she's an attractive woman. Lewis, but I had a girlfriend at the time. Lewis, You aren't at all creepy. I love this. This is how I'm getting you to say I'm creepy. There are women out there who think I am horrible, that I should be put in jail for doing what I did. So, but I appreciate that, Claire. Creepy is when you get a sense that something, what is the sense? What isn't right? I tend to find when women say creepy, Fresh Coconut says, that what they really mean is I don't find you attractive, because men like Chris Hemsworth and George Clooney can't be creepy as they are good looking and wealthy and famous One thing about Fresh Coconut, he always goes into second sentence, and which women find attractive. Yes, that's true. If you're good looking and rich, they'll laugh at your jokes. Look at, I've said this before, but if you're an ugly guy, that's so true. If you're an ugly guy that they don't find attractive, then you're creepy. That is exactly the right point. That is the right point. That is the right point. I understand what you're talking about, Claire and Judels. It's the vibe some men give off. You can feel it in your gut. Instincts are very important. I've been trained to ignore them. No, I think what Fresh Coconut said is the answer. Lilith comes in. Hello, Lilith, who is the apprentice in Discord. Speaking to Hi-Ho. What's going on there? Judels. As every single man who makes the cut in Gym Creep compilation videos on Instagram, says Fresh Coconut, they are far from what you would be described as hunky. Chris Hemsworth can slap. I agree with that. And women are like super sensitive to that. On the backside, and you blush. If a homeless man does it, you call the police. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Fresh Coconut. I'm with you. I understand women. I understand that feeling that women have, that yuck, that ick feeling, the yuck feeling, the yuck feeling, the yuck feeling. Lewis, have you ever undressed a woman with your eyes? Believe it. I believe it's not at all creepy. What does that mean? Where you look at a girl, you think what her body looks like? I think, man, that's what men do. And women undress a man's bank book with their eyes. Jedster, don't you agree? Warmelian, well, maybe some men are creepy in a way that women don't like, and some men are creepy in a way that women enjoy. Think of it like that. Good point. Good point. That maybe if you think that I'm good looking, let's hope you do. And I've talked to you, you go, ooh. I mean, that has never happened to me, but I can see how that could happen. How what's his name? 25-year-old girl guy, Leonardo DiCaprio. He talks to a girl and goes, woo, 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 woo. Basically, where are we? Are we still behind? It's not looks fresh. Fresh, that means fresh coconuts. Really, let me try to explain it for Lewis. I love how Judels talks to me like I'm an idiot. And I love it. And I love it. It's in their eyes the most. A man can be symmetrically handsome, but evil can radiate from the eyes. Well, what do you mean by evil? I'm going to ask again. It comes from the eyes, but what do you mean by it? What do you mean by evil? Lilith? I don't know whether you missed this. What I missed the thread here. I think we can all agree Lewis should be in jail for numerous crimes and numerous reasons. Yes, that is true. That is true. Probably, possibly. You break a girl's heart, you're going to go to jail. Creepy in the sense Jews is talking about is the sense that someone who is not who they are presenting them to be. And you have to wonder why. Okay, that's an answer. Is that what Judels would say? We're trying to, Lilith, we're trying to find out what's creepy. We're trying to find it out. Yes, authenticity is one of the biggest things that people pick up on subconsciously or whatever. And Keith Bexley says this, but you don't think women aren't lying all the time? Lying all the time? Have they lied to Lewis Schaffer and they changed their minds about me? You know, women lie too with all the makeup and the hair dye, and not jumping on top of me like they should. Biology is terrible. Familiarity breeds taking for granted, Paul Yoward says. Then I realized how fantastic my ex was. Too late. Yeah, my ex-wife she wasn't as bad as I thought she was, but she became bad, but she wasn't as bad. She didn't have to be bad. She didn't have to be bad. An ugly guy with nice personality, good ethics, and values, and can make a woman laugh. Sorted. They'll find themselves a nice woman. Are you delusional? Women don't like, you're saying just because of a guy. You know what? I don't believe that. I don't believe that, MC. Okay, I don't believe that. Come sit on my lap and I'll tell you, Lilith, says Warmelian. What's creepy? Oh, I say, what's creepy? Come and sit on my lap. Well, do you know what? If you're really good looking, if you're a famous movie star, you can get away with that. I'm besotted with a hot Jewish guy who isn't rich. Well, I am rich, so who is that? Who is the hot Jewish guy who isn't rich? Claire. I don't think that works. I think a successful, handsome, rich man can also be creepy. Prince Andrew is creepy. Now people have been told he's creepy, but what did Prince Andrew do that was illegal? Okay, it's really hard for a rich, good-looking guy to be creepy. Look at 40 Shades of Grey. Okay, I agree with Paul. It's hard. I've got 50 pence, says Gary Warren. Are you like a rich Jewish guy? Get drunk. Women, the guys look cute, says Lilith. Yeah, all guys look cute. Women aren't. I don't know. You press a button and then all of a sudden I'm like I lose half the thread. I want to know from Joodles can't define what makes somebody creepy. Is someone who's gonna lie to them and promise them the world. Basically the world. That's what I think it is. It's a good thing you don't expect our Jewish crushes to fit the stereotype. That's true. What happens if you have no money and you're a Jew? It's a problem. Gary never had any money. It never was an issue. Humans lie. There's Carrie B. That's true. They do lie. Men and women. You hate to admit that men lie, but they do lie. Why have exes? Play with everyone. You can, but men don't like that when you're young. I mean, I don't mind it now. You want to mind it now? A bloke who looked like the hunchback of Notre Dame hit on me in Leeds train station one night. It was late, and we were waiting for a train. He had long, straggly hair, and he was quite fat. We ended up being great mates for years. You could. People used to meet each other on the street. A guy used to come over and say, "Wow, you're really beautiful," and the girl would at least listen to what he had to say if he was reasonably good looking, I guess, in her eyes. Jimmy Savile had the presence of evil. I saw him in Leeds. He was a total skinflint. Everything careworn and just off, faded cold. What does that mean, a skinflint? Okay, maybe. He was the kindest. He had the kindest, soft eyes. Okay, says Joodles. Yeah, so, but what makes somebody come up to you? There are plenty of people. Plenty of people say, I thought you were horrible. Women like this too. They like the idea that the guy's horrible and they tame them. And they like the idea that the guy's horrible, but they got to know him better and he wasn't that way. Creepy would be doing something like repeatedly calling random women you've never met before beautiful, which Lewis, of course, would never do, says Jedster. Could be that way. Could be that way. I mean, you got to be afraid of guys. All women should be afraid of guys. But, women are like, because they have the internet now, they talk to men through the internet. The men don't come up to them, so they think to themselves, this guy's horrible for coming up to me. The Alfie Cap jokes, the Hunchback of Notre Dame can ring my bell anytime. I get married in chats every day. Yes. Yeah, why not? Why not? Especially now that I'm older, I'm way more flexible than I used to. Not that I'm way more flexible. I'm way less. Am I less threatening to women? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they don't think that I'm going to fall in love with them, or maybe they think I do. I don't know what's the story. They released the body cam from the ice thing. She definitely wasn't spooked and drove off because she was scared like Joe Biden repeatedly lied about saying they lied. Laugh out loud. I don't know. What do you mean by that, Keith Bexley? They've released the body cam from the ice thing. She's definitely wasn't spooked and drove off because she was scared like Joe Biden repeatedly lied about saying, I don't know what that means. Jesus Christ, Lewis, now being screamed at. The entire point about Dan is that he wasn't good looking in the slightest. This has nothing to do with looks. Wait, what Dan are we talking about? About Vic Reeves? What are we talking about Vic Reeves? Lewis, you could become an Orthodox scholar. You will be kept then. You just need to get a big hat. An Orthodox Jewish scholar. Yeah, that's the Orthodox Jews. It's bad. It's bad. They should be going out making money. Skinflicked is a tightwad, a mean, parsimonious guy. Yeah, well, I'm like that. I'm like that a lot. Yeah. Do you remember when I told you about my history as a child with Savile? I forgot all about that. I forgot that. Buy the stream of coffee, says Kermit. Thank you very much. ko-fi.com. A woman gave me evils for glancing across her path the other day. Doesn't bother me. I find it funny. It bothers me. I don't want women to do that or give to Patreon. Thank you, Kermit. Lewis, I wouldn't date a man with a hunchback. Imagine having to iron his shirts over a wok. It's funny. It's funny. I've never heard that before. It's funny. Also go to PayPal, says Kermit. Keep the stream going. Keep the stream going. Let's see. And like the stream. Can we like the stream? We have 27 people liking the stream. This is one of the most well-liked streams. And then we also 31 people watching. So we're doing really, really well. Really, really well. Also follow Lewis on Twitter. Is anybody here that hasn't spoken before, so we can get to know you? Thank you, Kermit. Brilliant Kermit. Lewis, you're not as bad as Savile. No, I am. No, well, we don't know about that. We don't know. I mean, I didn't have a Rolls Royce. I mean, he went to girls' schools. That's pretty bad. He was she was maybe having a bad day. Who was having? Dan in the train station. Yeah. I hate this BS with women doing this crap. Gonna shut. What do you hate? Don't say you're gonna shut up. Just say, well, what are you upset about? Just say what you're upset about, Lilith. Just say what BS, Carrie B asks. I don't think it's BS. I think women actually, whatever it said, I think it said authenticity. So Skinflint, so Jimmy Savile, yes, Jimmy Savile lived in a building in Leeds, in like it looked like a council house, but it wasn't the council flat. With his mother, it was like in the movie Psycho. That's the best compliment he's had today, says Jedster. What that Paul Yoward says I'm not as bad as Savile. But we don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know that. Hope DJ Trump, the president, we know who the president is, does a Putin and stays in for another term. I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think he's going to do that. He could become head of the UN. He could become a Supreme Court justice. Who knows what he would become a Supreme Court justice. He describes it as the penthouse. I think he was thinking of the magazine, says Kermit. Yeah. Savile kept all his mother's clothes. Yes. That's a bit gay. That's a bit gay. And he did bad things. I think he had sex with a 9-year-old. That's bad. I mean, whatever. And the other stuff is bad too. Bad, hey, I'll give you a ride in my car if you have sex with me. But maybe some women don't care about that. Women are causing this to be. Hold on a second, Lilith says. Women are causing this BS with OnlyFans. Guys don't know who to trust. Yes, that's true. And men and women don't know who to trust either. Who do you trust? Who do you trust? He had them dry cleaned once a year. I can't believe that. That could be so expensive. The mother has 100 items of clothing, and each dry cleaning thing is $6 or more, $8, $9. That's a lot of money. I think that's true, says Green Hall. Janet is here. No evidence found against Jimmy Savile. Is that a joke, or are you? I don't like the guy, and I don't know. I think he did bad things. Savile lived in Roundhay Park above a playground I played in. He never fixed it for me. Roundhay is a Jewish area of Leeds, too, so I'm not so sure what influence on Jews he had. It was probably just a nice, safe area. Jews like to live in nice, safe areas. Okay. Steve Coogan played Savile on TV. Great actor. I've met I've met Steve Coogan. Yeah, I met Steve. And I did work for his company. You can Google baby, whatever it's called, baby frog, baby toad, baby dog, baby girl. I forget what the company's called. Oh my God, Lewis is more outraged at dry cleaning expenses. He never did that. You know how expensive that would be. He might have done it. The BBC were hiding Savile in plain sight. You know what? People make accusations all the time. You don't want them to say, well, you're getting fired because some person made an accusation. You wouldn't want that. He influenced the entire country. He probably did. Joodles. We're talking about Jimmy Savile. Baby cow. That's right, Jedster. Thank you very much, Kermit. Thank you, baby couch. Kermit's on the ball. Savile died, but there should have been an inquiry. We should not have the BBC. This is what happens with this is one of the first really bad things the BBC did. The fact is the BBC are a source of evil. Baby Frog is Kermit's company, probably. Kermit the Frog, baby cow named after Paul Calf, a character he did. Oh, I see. No, is that right? Interesting. He told Louis Theroux that he dry cleaned his mother's clothes every so often. Every year, though, is quite a lot. Maybe he did. I'm almost making a joke about it. Remember, this show is possibly stand-up comedy, a tadpole Productions. Is that what it is? Janet says Andrew Neil investigated Savile and could find nothing against him. Okay, I mean, that can happen too. That guilty people can go in plain sight. Look at Joe Biden, how evil that guy is. Look at Nancy Pelosi, how evil she is. Paul and Pauline Calf. Yeah, he was great. He's really a brilliant actor. A brilliant actor. Oh my God, oh my God, Janet. It's normally Lewis defending the wrongins. I defend wrongins. If I had been a lawyer, I would defend the wrongins. And even women wrongins I would defend, possibly. Savile was a total wrong and technically not convicted. But that is a reflection on the police. Yes. Yeah, could be that. It could be that, Paul. The police in this country. I don't want to say anything. I've saved a lot of money by having my mom dry cleaned once a year instead of the clothes. Warm Ellie. And that's interesting because that's what Rose always says. You could either wear clean clothes or have a clean body. You got to do one of the two at least. He bought them all, Paul. The police, the guy. Oh, this is not the clothes. And probably the clothes too, says Judels. He bought them all. The police, government, monarchy, everyone. Yeah, he did benefits for them, free benefits. He was a nice guy to these people. That's what I'm buying you. I'm grooming you, people. I'm grooming you. I want you to like me. He's a comedian, whatever he was. He wanted people to like. We all want us to. You're being nice to me. You're nasty, horrible people. But sometimes you're not. You should learn a lesson. Be nice to people. Be nice. Be nice. What did Janet say? This is sit-down comedy. Janet, I was nearly a victim of Savile. My mother stepped in. I was 10 years old. Yeah, probably, yeah, probably, yeah. I mean, yeah. Carrie B, yeah. I'm not going to remember you telling me that, but that's nice that your mother stepped in. We need good parents. You got to blame the parents, male and female, mother and father. Coogan's a self-pretentious prick, talented man, but a prick. I don't want to say anything. I don't really know him well enough. I have heard certain things, but am I a prick? Am I a pretentious prick? Am I a talented man but a prick? I don't know. He was reported and interviewed many times whilst alive. Yeah, probably, because at some point you start hitting on girls and they don't like to be hit on. Maybe by the time he was hitting on these girls, he was way too old. He was 50 and they were 18 or 17 or whatever they were, 16. It was then called Operation U-Tree, and the police investigated other celebrities. Yeah, because a lot of these accusations, whether they're true or not, I was accused of something. I was accused. And what did I do wrong? I had sex with a girl, with a woman, with a woman. I call them girls, but I mean, she was over 20 years old. I mean, you can hate me. You want to hate me for having, you know what I mean? I'm an internationally famous TV, film, stage comedian and pundit. Recently seen on GB News, and girls are going to jump. They're going to throw themselves on me. I wrote to Jim will fix it too. It's yes, we all did. I didn't. I never heard of it. I was living over there. Kermit, exactly so. I think he was even interviewed with New York's Ripper investigation. Yeah. I am a talented man, but a prick. I wouldn't say Steve, Mr. Cuff, be nice to me. I'm a comic genius. I'm very talented. I'm an upfront prick. Yeah, because I don't have I have things to hide. And you could take things that I have done and pull them out of context. You know? My uncle worked at Broadmoor, says Carrie B, talking to me, where Savile had the keys to Broadmoor Prison. How could he have the keys? Samuel used to phone me up saying he would pick me up in the gold Rolls Royce. Yes, yes. And what did you say to him, Carrie B? Yes, a lot of collateral damage done to innocent celebrities, though, by that investigation. Finished some people's careers who didn't deserve it, Andrew Rubin says. Yes, that's true. We live in a world where it's better to release 9 guilty men and, to prevent one innocent man from being. Joodles is going to hate me for saying this kind of stuff. I apologize, Joodles. Yes, a lot of yes, that's what Andrew Rubin says. They did find Jimmy Savile's diary, though. His last entry was about 10 years. That's a joke. I got yelled at for laughing at your jokes. I got yelled at for laughing at your jokes. Not you, Jedster, but, the collective group. And then it's like, let's pick on Lewis Schaffer. What international celebrity could you say, you're not a prick, Lewis, you're a bit of a wanker? And how do I bring this on myself? I'm going to start crying. That was Mark Therosian said that. It's cute. It's funny. The steak was amazing. Cooked rare. Yeah, way to go. Cook it rare. Cook it raw on the inside. That's how I cook it. I just cook the 10 seconds on the outside. I had a hamburger and it was raw. You shouldn't do that. Nice, very nice. Not by me, but what do you mean by that, Joodles? Not by you. Because there's a slight delay in when you type something in. You know who I miss? I miss Lucy. I just want to say that if you're listening out there, come say hello, Lucy. Yes, my steak was M&S small, but perfectly formed. That could be like a joke. Extra. I don't know what that's in relation to. Saville was given the keys to many hospitals. My uncle thought he was being kind to a sick girl. He phoned me many times. Yes, because men like girls. They like young girls. They like old girls. They like women. They like girls. How old were you at the time? Yes. That's what men like. They like to talk to girls. Does that make him a bad person? He was never married. He wasn't married. But he's a comedian, so he's got to be kind of like a virgin in a way. Jules has shudders for Carrie B. Yeah, it's a bit, but then again, you know what? Maybe, what if you had sex with him? And what if you had sex with him and then you went out, you got married? Is he still a perv? What happens if you had sex with him and then he dumped you? Is he still a perv? That's That's when you're a pretentious prick. When you're saying international celebrity. I am an international celebrity. I am. I'm from America. I like to be in America. Geez, Carrie B. Well done to your mother for stepping in. Awful, says MC Scott. I'm not sure. You were 10. When did he call up and say, I want to take you to the prison with me? When you were 10? That's really wrong. Have you never seen the many, many documentaries on the subject since he died, Janet? It's no longer a secret. It's no longer a secret. Oh, we got to end the show. This is one of my favorite subjects about creepy men. That should tell you something about me. I love talking about men who are creepy. I love talking to women who think that men are creepy. I love finding out why women think that men are creepy. I love this. I'm sorry, but I love this. Okay, everybody, I'm going to say thank you to everybody. In the meantime, can you guess what the largest number of people watching this stream has been in this show? What's the largest number? How many people watch it? It's Friday. It's Friday. Okay, so let me thank everybody for coming in. And if I don't mention your name, you come and what is the number of people? The biggest number of people. So let's just go and you're gonna be blown away who the top person is. Okay, but Girl from Mars is 27. Vatanai is 26. You were very busy today. Gary, good to see you again, Gary. Fresh Coconut, 24. Maltese Phil, Keith Bexley, Darklands at 21. Thank you. Thank you. Dave Toby is at 20. Lilith, Jedster, Chartel, Janet, Dolly Bannister from Laos. He's probably asleep right now, but thank you for joining us. Alex, I'm trying so hard to be nice and gracious. Can you see it? Can you see that? Rod Greenhall and Warmelian and Johnny Van Dam. Andrew Rubin, Carrie B. Good participation. Carrie B. Mark the Rosian, MC Scott, Mr. Cuff at number 6. And now we're in the top 5. Number 5, Joodles. Thank you, Joodles. Number 4, Alfie Cap. A round of applause for Alfie there. Number 3 is Claire. Really good participation. And number 2 is Hi-Ho Kermit. Thank you, Hi-Ho Kermit. Thank you. But number 1, who is number 1? Anybody guess who number 1 is? You don't have to guess. Can you write down who the number 1 is? Can you also guess what the top person in the stream is? Write it down, everybody. Write down 32, says Darklands. John Van Dam, 38. Alfie Cap, 3. Paul Yoward says 39. MC Scott says 33. Okay, keep on guessing, everybody. I'm internationally famous. Oh, extra. Oh, I see. Well, I'm not an extra, Andrew. I'm a supporting artist. But I'm a supporting artist. Okay. So thank you, everybody. 41. And the winner is Darklands, who guessed 32. We had 32 people in the stream on a number of occasions. We're doing so well. We got people joining, and then they stay, and then the show's over. So thank you very much. I'll see you tonight at 10:30. Will you be here tonight at 10:30? Everybody, will you make sure you're on Twitter? You check Twitter. Can you make sure you're on the Discord page? Maybe. Let's just say goodbye. This has been one of the best shows ever. I'm going to keep the live stream going for 2 minutes. For 2 minutes after right now. Okay, 2 minutes after right now. And we'll see you tonight at 10:30. Tonight. Tonight at 10:30. You all going to come. Tell me you're going to come. Paulie, you're going to be there. Joodles. I'll see you tonight. I love you. I love you. I love you.